Right, Newsom on direct. We're live, and today it was pretty good. We had one of our friends join this live streaming crusade as well. I don't know why I thought of that word, but it sounded cool. Live streaming crusade. What it helps you do is be curious, find a time when you are in this beautiful flow state, uninterrupted, and you're not consuming content, you are creating content. I think creation will solve a lot of problems. Today I also drew this thing. I just saw a beautiful thumbnail and of a girl who was just sitting and like doing her thing. I thought it was pretty cool. I drew that using some of my orange new highlighter from Muji. That was pretty solid. Okay, what else? Yeah, that was cool. I looked into Fred again today in one of his interviews. It's very interesting. Yeah, once you are an artist, he's talking about pretty much the same thing. That yeah, I just produce at least like 4 to 5 music every single day. It's all in very rough draft, and then at least one of them at the end of the day, I listen to it and I feel like okay, this sounds good. So yeah, most of the work that you do, it is just rough draft for the next evolution, and you just pretty much you're just gonna throw it away. So don't worry about it. You just have to create every single day. That is where you find your joy. Your work is your therapy. Your art is your therapy. That flow state is your therapy, where you are engaged with the world. You are not just consuming content. You're not just consuming what's coming at you from other people. You are creating. One thing I was also thinking about is one day David Senra will stop the idol worship, and he will start actually going within and producing something that's true to him, that comes from inside him, rather than just worshiping the stories of other people. And I thought that was very interesting because his entire persona right now, I don't know, I feel something weird about David Senra. I'm like, okay, yeah, he's having some external success right now and people are looking at him, but I always look at people and I'm like, is this something that I would want? When I look at Fred again, I'm like, yes, this is something I want. He is producing something. He's bringing people together. He's truly having fun. He is sharing his creative process as well. I think that is really cool. When I look at someone like David Senra, I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I want to be reading other people's story and then debating other people's story with other people. That's just, I find that very dumb, because I find that very dumb. Yeah, yeah. Everybody has their own process. Everybody will find their own process, and I think that is the real magic. How can you truly find your own process? Can you truly find your own values that you care about? I also looked into something. So today, one another change that we made is once again, I just made all my live stream private. It's cool for me to see my progress. It's cool for me to see my own progress, that from where we started and how far we have come. This all started from a very basic, from this very basic uncomfortable chair and uncomfortable desk in my previous home right over there, and today we are here. I think that is beautiful. That is beautiful. Okay, I also need to clean my desk, so we'll throw this stuff out there which we don't need. Yeah, I think I took a pause from streaming and I kind of lost myself. Yeah, I took a pause and I felt like lost myself, because again, once you start reading about other people's routines, I remember the last time it was when I was reading other people's routines, and it was like, oh, we just keep experimenting. This one guy, he gets drunk after his morning work, and he just like, get drunk basically means that he just like going out with friends and like having conversations and hopping between places to places, getting drunk, and then he goes to bed, and then with just like 6 hours of sleep he would wake up, and now he's not only intoxicated but he's also like sleep deprived, and with that state he would start his work, he would start his art, and that would get him into a not beautiful, but it's like a different state, different just for the sake of it. You are putting yourself into a different state, and that is leading you to and that is leading you to do something different, think something different, and come up with something that's really different. I think I also want to get really into art and playing with colors now, because I feel like it's really important to create your own world. We are too focused on consuming and the world that other people are creating for us. And same for social media. I feel like social media is interesting. It feels like, yeah, you are bringing more art, but I feel like, yeah, it's really important to keep switching places. It's really important to keep changing environments, to not keep changing environments too fast as well, like slow mad. The this word called slow mad, I think that is very interesting. I like slow mad a lot, because yeah, if you were switching places too fast every day or every week, you are not even able to settle down in this new place. You want to be able to settle down. You want to be able to absorb the tiny, minute details that a tourist wouldn't. There's a difference between a tourist and a local. A tourist is someone who is just coming over there and who is just looking around, clicking photos for Instagram, and then going back home or hopping to the next place. But you want to live like a local. And then quickly, when you are comfortable with that, hey, again, challenge yourself. I think I'm really interested in the aspect of evolution. I'm really interested in the aspect of evolution. This time, when we are gonna make this move, I am really excited to see what is this next evolution. What does me look like? What does me look like? Because I have everything recorded. I can come back to this exact stream and I'll look at it. I'm like, what does me look like when I have taken this step and we have moved on to our next evolution? This guy, I think his name is Joshua Crown, Joshua Chrome, Joshua something, and he is making some really interesting. He's making some really interesting kind of podcast vlogs of artists in their homes in New York mainly. He's focused on New York. It is beautiful. It is amazing. That is something that I try to do, but he's definitely doing it with much better sound, much better camera, much better photography, videography, interview style, and then as well the editing. The editing is also beautiful. Yeah, I didn't really focus on editing. I just need an editor. I need an editor. Maybe I need to become an editor, but yeah, editing is also really important. Yeah, in this in this world, I think in general, I think creativity is both parts of it. All the parts of it is creativity. Making money is art. Making making money is an art form. Uh, Making money is an art form. Creating the rough edges is the art form in its truest sense, and as well as the editing is the art form. What do the people see finally when it all comes out? That is also an art form. So let's look at this. One thing I was thinking about is just creating a new currency node. Let's see. Imagine. Create a currency node for a country that believes in techno optimism and techno capitalism. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who is me without WisprFlow, without this entire streaming setup. I really enjoy this. I really enjoy this. I really like it. Oh no. How would data rams redesign this? Data rams? Data rams. Data rams. It's pretty cool. Like, it's getting so smart that you can actually. It made much better notes the first time I asked it to. Make it look more futuristic. I like the colors, but don't make it too cringe. How would the best design studio in the world redesign this? Replace Rocket with a humanoid looking, shiny, transparent, glossy man. No, give me just the face, not the entire body. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. If you can keep, if you have an idea, you can quickly come to a general sense of what you want. Oh my god, scary. Give me the side profile, not the front face. The first time it made way better. I don't know what did I say the first time. Make currency note for a new country in which only dinosaurs live. Wow, it's pretty nice. Dinosaur country. Yes. Let's go. Make currency note for a country in which only babies live. Babies. Giggle, baby, cuddles. Use high fidelity baby photos instead of cartoons. Yes, yes, yes. Nice. Redesign the American currency notes, but instead of the human being, but make all the humans in the currency notes their baby version. Redesign American currency notes featuring baby version of the historical figures originally appear on the bills. Cute infant portraits in place of adult humans. Detailed background designs with ornate borders, security features, and denominations. High detailed realistic currency style. Make currency note for a country which is hot and humid. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is Hawaii. This is Hawaii. Whoa, this is pretty good. Make currency note for a country in which only monks live. Nice. Nice. Make currency note for a country in which only Instagram influencers live. Let's see. Okay, Insta Nation. Why do they have phone there? Dinosaurs, elephant. Make currency note for a country in which only trans humans live. Transhumans? Wait, what are transhumans? Oh no, not transgender humans. I meant transhumanist. How do you say that? Transcendental humanist. Okay, well. How do you get the description? Okay. Cosmic road. Cosmic. Make a currency note for a civilization, for a cosmic civilization. Make currency note for a country full of volcanoes. This is very nice. Retrofuturism space. Make currency note for a whoa. What do we have? What do we have here? What is this face? Retrofuturism. featuring dramatic cliffs, dreamy, surreal cosmic landscape, floating futuristic elements, nebula, distant planets in the background, ethereal glowing lines, vintage sci-fi aesthetic with ornate borders and intricate patterns, surreal dreamlike atmosphere. Yes. Really cool. Pores. Pores, oh my god, look at the pores. Freckles contour sharply against the abstracted, intensely graining colored blocks of the background. Inspired by Dali. Main currency known for a cowboy country. Cactus. Make currency known for a country. Very interesting. Very interesting. Whoa. Make currency known for this country. Whoa, 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 whoa. Make currency known for a country of knights with strong, dark armor. This is really cool. Very detailed. I like this one. It's really cool. It's really cool. Design a game based on this aesthetic. Creating a game concept from visual aesthetic, crafting a medieval card game mechanics with heraldic symbolism. A little to grok as well. Design a game based on this aesthetic. Back at it. Is a stunning medieval card aesthetic, ornate engravings, runic script, heraldic crest, parchment, and steel. Let me build a full card battle game around it. Let's employ all these guys. People say Gemini is good, right? Show me how good you are. Design a game based on this aesthetic. Pro. Go pro. Go pro. Cosmic horror. Developing a visual concept. Examining aesthetic details. Conceptualizing game elements. Developing board game ideas, formulating game concept, visualizing game components, developing detailed game elements, developing a visual concept, analyzing visual integration. The Trial of Runes. Trial of Runes. The Trial of Runes. Bluetooth? Why do you have a Bluetooth logo? That's pretty cool. This is pretty cool. The Trial of Runes. skirmish where players use heavy metal components, engraved dice, and detailed miniatures on a shield-shaped board to unlock ancient powers. The original artwork shows the key identity card for one of the powerful knight commanders with the runes and filigree details from the card integrated directly into the game pieces, tokens, and the central gameplay mechanisms. A dark fantasy deck building area control card game for 2 to 4 players designed to feel like a living medieval illuminated manuscript crossed with cosmic horror. Every card looks like it was hand engraved on aged vellum with the same intricate filigree black metal aesthetic and sacred geometry seen in your image. Ancient Orders, Templars, Black Knights, Rune Wardens, and the Forsaken battle for control of sacred relics, while eldritch horrors whisper through the cracks in reality. Chivalry and faith are your weapons, but they may not be enough. Core gameplay loop. A small deck representing the 9 personal virtues and sins: faith, valor, pride, hearsay. Claim domains. The board is central map of 7 domains: ruined cathedrals, fog-shrouded battlefields, cursed forests, each depicted as a beautifully engraved tableau. Play cards as deeds. Every turn you play a card from your hand to strike in combat. Pray for miracles. Commit dark acts. Gain influence over a domain. At the end of each round, a whale card is flipped. If too many horrors leak through, global events trigger. Plagues of shadow, fallen angels. Same ornate border style as your image. Virtue cards, powerful but fragile. Sin cards, black iron with glowing runes, stronger but corrupt your 9. Relic cards, gold embossed, unique, powerful, one-of-a-kind artifacts. Embrace full corruption. Summon an outer god. Through veil, martyr victory. Die gloriously in the final battle, but purge the greatest horror. On today's song, by iron and faith I stand, the stars are wrong tonight. I swore an oath, but the dark swore louder. Regenerate the full set. Box art logo treatment. Let's go. Name Devil font at top. Oak of Iron. Strike with +2 valor. Gain more influence in any domain. Charge of the Faithful. Move to an adjacent domain, strike with +1 valor. Warden's Vigil. Blade of Righteous Fury. Whisper of the Forbidden. Pact of Shadow Steel Sin. Heretics inside. Crimson Oak. Pilgrim's Resolve. You've reached the image generation limit. Oh my god. Design the box art. So I'm guessing you can do more than 12. Knight Errant. Shadows of the Wheel. Chivalry. Betrayal. Cosmic. Horror. Explore veil, lore, detail. Agent's thinking. Agent 1, Agent 2, Agent 3, let's go. Factions. From the Codex Obscura. Let's see what Claude did for us. Crusade of Shadows. Oh my god, wait. Did you just create the entire game? Attack. Shadow. Attack. Crimson. Attack. Victory. Crusade again. Looks very basic. The Monstris. Innominatis. The unnamed ones. The Hollow. The Pale Bond. The Whispering Mow. The Eyeless King. They do not come. They were always here. We merely forgot to look away. Think harder. Go. Think harder. I don't know if I'm interested in the board games. Yeah. And the fractured Seraph, the devouring geometry, the eyeless king, the silence that follows. What is the latest research on AI in neuroscience? Think harder. Go agents. Golden hour thinking. What is the latest research on AI in flight and supersonic travel? Discoveries in brain mapping, diagnostics, mental health, brain, PCI. High resolution connectomics accessible to more labs. Okay, think harder and solve all these problems. Let's see. Okay, think harder and solve the problem of financial inclusion. How to bring all the people who are unbanked into the digital economy. Uh-oh. Will bottlenecks holding nearway back from its full potential? I've dug deeper into peer-reviewed literature, conference proceedings. Concrete solutions. Okay. Okay, so what's the real problem we're solving over here? If we can solve all of them, why are humans wasting their time? Audit step-by-step solution framework. What is this? Think harder and create a really nice, beautiful summary of this report. Really interesting. Okay, what would humanity be capable of once every single human on Earth is online, has a smartphone, is banked? AI training. Digital government transfers. Extreme poverty could become a historical footnote, with billions moving from survival to thriving. Closing gaps forever. Gender revolution. Index 2025 already shows the global gender gap and accounts narrowing to just 4 to 5 points. With universal access, it vanishes. We don't drive much of the M-Pesa gains, gain control over money, start businesses, and participate equally, boosting household health, education, and nutrition. we chart in the report the realistic caveats, digital literacy, and safety. A planet where every person can save, borrow, pay, learn, heal, innovate, connect instantly and affordably. Humanity would just be online. We would be unleashed. Poverty reduced at unprecedented speed, innovation democratized. Resilience built into the system, equity no longer a dream. We are closer than ever. The Findex data shows the power. The only question left is how fast we finish building it together. What does it look like where every person is innovating, every human on earth is innovating? Let's go. Go my agents. Global Findex data, 79% adults with accounts. Whole money is transforming global financial inclusion. The entire net growth in account ownership over the past decade mirrors the rise of mobile money, pioneering telecom-led platforms to rapid adoption across Latin America and beyond. In the formal banking system, phones are the gateway, but gaps in access remain. Income matters more than gender. Digital payments become the norm. Formal saving surges. Saved formally using an account. Bills paid online, purchased goods online, used formal credit. Gender gaps are narrowing, but poverty remains the bigger barrier. Create a tracker for the number of unbanked people in the world. Alright, let's get the curtains down. A world where every human is innovating. Imagine an 8 billion minds, each with a smartphone in hand, a bank account, fingertips, and the internet at a global workshop. No more gatekeepers, no more only experts innovate. Every farmer, mother, street vendor, student, elder, everyone is a creative problem solver and inventor. Distant sci-fi dream, natural next chapter. Universal digital connectivity, financial inclusion. Every person can save, pay, borrow, connect instantly. Daily rhythm of human life, dawn and village, frugal genius at scale. Mobile money account to pay for drone delivered seeds customized by AI trained on local soil data she contributed. Yesterday, she crowdsourced a fix for a pest problem on a global farmer forum. Her low cost neem oil spray is now being tested in Kenya and Peru. User innovation on steroids, the kind Eric Von Hippel described decades ago. Tell me more about user innovation described by him. Venture capital patents for trade shares improves and owns directly. Spark this in Kenya, small business exploded. Women entrepreneurs invented pay-as-you-go solar and water systems using citizen field. Engineers paid via phone scale at that to every village, and local problems get solved faster than any government or corporation could manage alone. Noon in the mega city. Citizen scientists, micro inventors. 90-year-old mechanic uses a smartphone camera and a free AI app to diagnose engine faults. Citizen science at planetary scale, mapping biodiversity with phone maps. Tracking climate data from backyard sensors. Co-creating open source medicines or clean energy hacks. Digital financing inclusion removes the friction. Instant micropayments, reward contributions, smart contract. Protect ideas and blockchain ledgers, ensure credit flows to the originators. The Global Innovation Index already shows digital access. ICT use, high-tech exports correlates with higher rankings. Imagine what happens when everyone has the tools. Toilet in the office, mass intelligence meets everyday creativity. Low-cost telemedicine kit using her phone and recycled materials. Via global marketplace, teacher in Brazil builds an AI tutor in Portuguese. Adapts to indigenous languages funded by community savings pools. Innovation becomes democratized and hybrid, frugal, high-tech. Billions invent jugaad solutions. Small tweak becomes part of a global breakthrough. Inclusion fuels creativity. UNDP reports show digital access drives productivity, entrepreneurship, and innovation ecosystems. Trillions of data points from citizen sensors solve climate, health, and food challenges in real time. Sustainability wins. Peer-to-peer energy trading via phones create decentralized green grids. Waste becomes raw material through shared market networks. Equity redefines. Gender gaps vanish as women lead inventions in health, education, finance. Rural, urban divides blur. Communities innovate recovery, crowdsourced aid. 3D printed shelters faster than aid arrives. Productivity soars. The app economy, already projected trillions, becomes humanity's economy. Jobs evolve into innovation roles where everyone contributes value daily. Every human innovating, vibrant, chaotic, hopeful, unstoppable. Plan of 8 billion inventors, thinkers, and dreamers, each with tools, the mold, the money, the network to turn what if into be dead. Poverty becomes history, knowledge explodes. Humanity doesn't just arrive, we co-create our future, one brilliant, ordinary idea at a time. Universal connectivity banking isn't the goal, it's the launch pad. World do you want to build first? Imagine that network school in Singapore is the launch pad. Sketch it out. Innovation comes from companies, labs, alone geniuses. Flips the telescope. Starts with the user. Starts with the user. Deeply practical. I think this is something beautiful. This is something that I'm excited about, that when we are in network school, what if we could do this thing where the ideas that we have, we can quickly put that into the city and help make changes. They are innovation infrastructure. Wow. Ooh. Vancouver's average net worth, drawing on data from Statistics Canada, Environics Analytics, and other sources. Wow. Wow. Average household net worth. Phew. What does Grok say? Can Grok do it? One more time. Honorable Vancouver billionaires approximate net worth. Chongpeng Zhao, CZ. Whoa. Raised in Vancouver, net worth around 63 billion, often the highest in Canada. David Chert, Vancouver-born early Google investor, Arista Networks co-founder, net worth 15. Jim Pattison, Vancouver-based conglomerate owner. Jim Pattison Group, Real Media Entertainment, net worth around 11.5 billion. Chip Wilson, 506. Anthony Monmanel, Mark Anthony Brands, White Claw. Mike's Hard Lemonade Wineries, net worth 506. CZ's a big guy. David Sheridan, DC Library. Yeah, he's a library in Waterloo. Jim Pattison. I lived in the Jim Pattison building. Chip Wilson. I wear Lululemon. White Claw. I don't think if I have drank White Claw. Approximate net worth of notable people living in Vancouver. Compared to Toronto billionaires. Do we care about that? I don't know. Vancouver, Toronto, Victoria, Calgary, Canada average 680. So Vancouver is big dog. Vancouver median net worth by age group. 5564. Let's go. Vancouver neighborhood comparison. West Vancouver. Ooh, that's where the money's at. West Vancouver. It's 4.5. That's where you got British properties. Toronto, Calgary, well, they sit in kind of a median net worth. Peak wealth generally hitting in the 55 to 64 range before tapering slightly in retirement. The neighborhood gaps striking. West Vancouver holds average about 4.5 million in net worth compared to roughly 1.9 in North Vancouver. In the Pacific Rim, principal residence. So it's mainly your real estate, checking, saving, retirement, mortgage, debt. Interesting. Compare this to San Francisco. One more time. Na, 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 na. 1.19, 1.67, 1.44, 1.3 billion without accounts 2024. Adults now banked globally, 1.2 billion gain accounts since 2011. 21% unbanked adults worldwide. Milestones 21%. So this is pretty good. Sparkline. Side by side comparisons. 342,400. Average household net worth. Ten-year millionaire growth, 98%. Bay Area. Sizing up 2 Pacific cities. Claude is doing some interesting work. Let's go, Claude. The hidden layer. Everyone becomes a potential innovator. Problems get solved locally, instantly. Ideas spread globally, frictionlessly. Innovation stops being an event, it becomes a habit. You don't wait for startups, big tech. You just build. I noticed something I fixed it, I shared. The hidden layer. There's a world view shift. Old world value owning production. Being close to problems, sharing solutions, which means the best founders are users first. Best creators are participants, not observers. The best opportunities are felt before they are analyzed. Curiosity meets friction and refuses to wait. It doesn't announce itself. How to spot leads. users early. How to design your life so you're constantly generating those insights. Ooh. ChatGPT has gone really good at all these follow-up questions. Building films, creative systems. Let's close this guy. This guy. Casually anomaly brainstorm lies from tiny data in unpredictable worlds, current models, overfed, embodiment, consciousness. It's living, feeding, adaptive system in a body. Understanding that requires biological insight humans alone possess right now. Who decides what problems are worth solving? How do we weigh progress against equity, privacy, or unintended suffering? AI doesn't have values, humans do. Messy clinics without human-centered design, clinician trust, real-world iteration. Log weird operations. Log this could be better rev. But here's the twist most people miss. Don't just log problems. Log how you hacked around them. Proto innovations close to brutally fast. No distance to rate share. Thinking 24 to 72 hour cycles. Notice idea, ugly prototype, show someone use it. Speed matters more than elegance. Your training. I don't sit with ideas and metabolize them. Put yourself in high friction environments. Comfort kills insight. If everything around you just works, your brain goes quiet. Deliberately into environments where systems are broken, people are improvising, nothing is standardized. New countries, crappy communities, early stage projects, weird subcultures. Obsessed hobbies, frustrated professionals, people hacking their own tools. Ask them what annoys you daily, what have you built for yourself. What do you wish existed? These conversations are gold mines. Better than any market research report. Become slightly dangerous at building. You don't need mastery, you need agency. No code tools, AI, simple scripting, design tools, the goal. Foo, SF. Real estate, wealth growth rate, millionaire density, income levels. Financially comfortable and wealthy. Create a chart tracking the net worth of people of San Francisco, people of Bay Area, California. One more time. Na 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 na. Sure, how big things. Nature, people react, people refine, people steal and improve. Value enters the ecosystem where user innovation is network, not solo. Stimulated, distracted, input heavy. You won't notice anything. You need moments where you're walking, sitting in a cafe, staring out a window. Patterns click. Insights don't like crowded rooms. Reframe your identity. This is your deepest layer. I think I'm a participant in unfinished systems. Everything around you is improvable, editable, incomplete. You are not a consumer reality or a co-author. The meta loop. Experience friction, curiosity, hack, share, feedback, repeat. Your sensitivity to problems sharpen. Your speed of execution increases. Your taste improves. Suddenly you're not trying to innovate. You just can't stop. Pick one. Build the ugliest possible fix. Use it for yourself. No grand vision. Okay, here we have 1.22 trillion. Larry, Strogibrin, Zuck, Shinsun Fong, Robert Pera. Who's Robert Pera? Ubiquity. Etherton, Robert Pera, Yvonne Bechtold Shim, Jean Doer, Brad Edcock, Patrick Collison, Shan Combe. Now map out the net worth of now map out the sources of wealth of the residents of Bay Area. One more time. Map out all the sources of wealth of the residents of Bay Area. I think I read San Jose, it wasn't San Diego. Yeah. Claude was really good at the lineage part. Maybe. Sorting Silicon Valley fortunes. Mapping moguls to their money machines. Dual mapped wealth sectors. Billionaires tracked. New money, technology ecosystem. Unlike other financial hubs, tech drives nearly all ultra high net worth individuals. Account for a huge share of top earners. That's not that fun. New York City, let's go. No, I asked you to create an interactive chart. Organized by sector and scale of economic impact. Let's go. Wealth drivers. Rich interactive visualization. Remote participants from rural India, Kenyan villages, Brazilian favelas, Join live via seamless low bandwidth apps. Bank, crypto wallets, relational links, no one is excluded. Network effect. Network's cool, network effect. Create a creative lineage of all the brands all the design houses, all the innovations that came from Louis Vuitton. Monsieur Mahekal, master box maker and packer. Whoa. Flat top trunk, Trident grey canvas, waterproof, striped canvas, wardrobe trunk, bed trunk, unpickable tumbler lock, interior canvas, first international store. Champs-Élysées, monogram canvas, Champs-Élysées, Keepall, Noe, Speedy, Gabrielle, Chanel, for Coco herself. Collaboration. Gaston Vuitton modernization. Gaston Vuitton. Louis Vuitton. LV. From Squire. Colored canvas, Louis Vuitton goes public. Joseph Lafont. Yves Garcel. Marc Jacobs era. Modern artist collaboration, model collaboration, graffiti. Marc Jacobs, Takashi Murakami, multicolore. Tambour watch. Empreinte collection. Monogram Bernice Damien Graphite. Richard Prince. Paul Elbeas, men's artistic director. Roses. Kim Jones, Streetwear Bridge. Collaboration. Yayoi Kusama. Polka dots, pumpkins on monogram. Hiroshi Fujiwara's Japanese streetwear edge. Supreme. Trunk backpack guitar case. Nicholas Gesquire. Former Balenciaga creative director. Petit Mal. Jeff Koons, Masters, Da Vinci, Van Gogh, Rubens on handbags. Fornacetti, Serious Italian Atelier illustration, side trunk. Virgil Abloh. Maintenamorphosis. All ideas are new ideas carry equal worth. Maintenamorphosis. Airplane bag, neon luggage, Nike Air Force One. Pharrell Williams, fashion icon. Music, art, and fashion even further. Billionaire Boys Club founder. Multi-hyphenate visionary. Billionaire Boys Club. What is Billionaire Boys Club? Let's see. One more time. Da 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 da. One more time. Let's say. New York. Billionaire Boys Club. Ice cream. Nylon. Trunks for metals and torches. Bespoke. Trunks. Floral and straw motifs. The pattern born on necessity became the most recognizable symbol. Yes, images are here. Louis Vuitton. Paris 2024. deux mille, 1/4 for a woman. Relais de la flamme olympique. Laetitia Casta. Laetitia. Parisian couture. One more time. So, question. When did the Louis Vuitton family, or let's say, is anyone from the Louis Vuitton family still active in the company? Free family tree. Empress Eugene. François Xavier Vuitton. Marie Cornet Gaillard. Lance Vuitton. Patrick Louis. Bittersweet narratives. Asnia Susan, that should be recognizable to his great grandmother. The man who proudly and personally oversaw the special orders department. Carpenter craftsman, he wanted to be a veterinarian and resisted the family business, but he eventually relented after his grandfather Gaston Louis Vuitton passed away in 1970, and he was asked by Gaston Louis's wife to help out. Patrick Louis Vuitton passes away. Wow, the first generation descendant was head of special orders. That I continue in the family business, I always told my grandfather no. I always said no to my grandfather. Danielle Masson Vuitton. Saw the arrival of Bernard Arnault Sadiers when her father had to leave his office in 2 days. Family had lost the battle. She wrote that her father saw his family die out. Pierre Louis and Benoit Louis. Chosen represent the 6th generation. Benoit Louis Vuitton served as the manager of Louis Vuitton Special Order Watch Division and was deeply involved in the brand's push into higher-end watchmaking. According to testimonials about growing up in the Asnier's workshop, and serves as keepers of the family memory. Actualize. Leader holds a senior executive or creative leadership position at the company. Power shift from the Vuitton family to the Arnault dynasty is the defining story. Racamier invited Bernard Arnault to invest in early image, but Arnault rapidly succeeded in taking control at the expense of the initial family owners. Today, Arnault family group controls 46.84 and 63.13% of its voting rights. Delphine, Antoine, Alexandre, Frédéric, and Jean, official roles in brands controlled by Arnault. Delphine is CEO of Dior, Alexandre is EVP of Tiffany, Jean is the Director of Watchmaking Marketing and Development at Louis Vuitton. Itself is run by Pietro Beccari as Chairman and CEO. Were the later generations of Louis Vuitton good with money, or was anyone involved with extravagant spending, reckless spending? We're always interested in the later versions of a successful dynasty, like what happened over there, why did they lose control, were they good at decision making, stuff like that. It's interesting. They were cross people. Reckless spending, but through a combination of family disagreements, strategic naivety, and being outmaneuvered by someone who understood corporate finance far better than they did. Scrappy working class origin story defined the family culture for generations. Aesthete and collector than a businessman. Wow. Henri Louis worked almost 50 years in the company. Diligent, steady presence rather than any kind of extravagant figure. Oh my god. Oh my god. The three brothers could not agree on business-related decisions, so they handed over the reins to their sister's husband, Henry Racamier. Henri Racamier. Wow. Global operation. He took Louis Vuitton public at stock exchange. Success led to fear alongside takeover. So in 87, he merged Shelby with Moet Hennessy. The idea was that the combined group would be too large for a hostile raider. Instead, the threat came from within. How exactly did Bernard Arnault ousted Racamier from the board? The merger that created vulnerability. Invested of 400 million in a joint venture with Arnold's financier Agash. 25% stake in early venture. Agash had a 60% stake in the new venture. was the net worth of Henri Acamie when he died?